Everyone, I'm Irina Bakley, a licensed relationship therapist from Irina Bakley Counseling LLC.com. And today we're talking about something that keeps coming in my couple sessions, whether it's during the first initial consultation with the couple, during the first session with the couple, or whether we are doing like 5+ session, and which is this. I think that the trouble is my spouse. So can you fix him or can you fix her? So let's talk about this. Why this is not a good, positive, helpful approach when we want to strengthen marriage and relationships, and what is it that you can do instead so that it helps to bring your partner closer to you instead of pushing him or her further away. So stay tuned. So this happens a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. I see it when one partner wants to not take responsibility at all for whatever is going on in their marriage, in their relationship, and wants to blame the other partner for everything bad that happened on earth. And this one partner kind of asks me, can you just fix him or her? Can you just fix my partner? Because I'm doing everything right and my partner is doing everything wrong. And so they need to change. So this is not helpful, obviously, right? It's pretty, it's not that complicated. It makes sense that it's not going to be helpful in your marriage because you are pushing your partner further away when you are using blame, when you're being critical, when you're being judgmental, when you are shooting bullets in their face, and they have to defend themselves, because you would probably have to defend yourself as well in the same situation. So let's say, for example, one partner said, well, if only she or he cleaned the freaking house the way he or she promised me to clean the house, I wouldn't be mad. Or if only she stopped bugging me about this stupid shit, I would not be mad at her, or we would be in a better place. And so whatever the content is, whatever the situation is, it always kind of the same cycle. Someone is blaming and someone is turning the heat up, while the other one is turning their kind of heat off, like by withdrawing from the relationship at all, or by defending themselves, which again makes sense. So we established that it's not good for the relationship. What can you do instead? Instead of blaming the partner, you can slow down and reflect on what happens to you on the inside when your partner does a behavior. So if you've decided that she's gonna clean the house on Saturday and then she didn't do it, or whatever it can be, right? Cleaning the house can be an example, and she didn't do it, and you got mad as a result. So being angry and being frustrated and just it all secondary emotions, they're all kind of outside in our face, um, reactive emotions that are not the primary emotions. So the primary emotions are the soft, vulnerable emotions that happen inside us. And a lot of times it's very hard, to identify them right away, because, when you're angry, anger is a cover emotion, right? And being angry is much more comfortable than being sad, because anger empowers you, right? It makes you feel like you're doing something, versus when you feel sad, it's uncomfortable and it's helpless. And it makes you feel like you can do anything about it. So hence we, as humans, kind of like more tend to get angry faster because of all these reasons. And so, but really, if you start thinking about it, what does this anger, what's what's inside that anger, what's underneath that anger, and what does this anger tell you? Do you get angry because you feel that it triggers when your partner promises something and then he or she doesn't do it? Does it trigger something inside you, something that happened to you in the past? Maybe a lot of promises were broken. Maybe you feel like you're carrying the burden in this relationship, and you feel all alone. And instead of sharing that blame with the partner, what you can do is to actually share the pain with the partner, with your partner. So instead of saying, you are asshole, you promised me to do this and you're not doing it, I'm so tired of this, I don't know how long I can blah 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 blah, you can say, hey honey, when you promise me to clean the house and you don't do it, it makes me scared. And when I think about it, I have this worry, maybe, or maybe fear, or maybe something deeper there that makes me feel very alone, makes me feel like I'm the only one working on this relationship. And I know it's kind of stupid, if you think about it from the logical perspective, but in my heart, that's what happens. And so imagine how different the response will be or would be when you approach the problem from this soft, vulnerable place versus when you throw a bullet in your partner's face and they have to defend themselves naturally. So really leaning in and understanding what is it that happens for you in your heart and sharing that with your partner would be much more helpful than coming to therapy session and saying to therapist, hey, can you fix them because I'm awesome and they're shitty and this is not working out. And as a couples therapist, we don't take sides. I'm no one to say who is right or who is wrong. I'm a neutral party and I work on behalf of the relationship. So I will never be able to kind of pinpoint and say, who's right, who's wrong. It's not my job. It's not my prerogative. It's not what I do. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully it helps you to understand why blaming and being critical and being judgmental and putting everything that's going bad on your partner and having that attitude, it's not helpful for your marriage and for your relationships. And really try to concentrate on yourself and try to concentrate on what you can do and you have control of, instead of trying to fix and trying to externalize it to areas of your life that you have no control of, and it leaves you feeling very helpless at the end of the day. And once you learn how to do that, you will learn how to relax more. You will, your mood will improve, and naturally your marriage and your relationship with your spouse, with your children, with your neighbors and friends will also improve and be more positive. So thank you again for watching and letting me explain a little bit about why wanting to fix your partner is not necessarily a good thing for your marriage. And as always, I would appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel if you find it helpful and useful, so that you can get updates and other videos with other techniques and tips and tools to help you be living an optimal life in an optimal marriage. See you later. Bye bye.